So this lesson, what I want to focus on is actually generating a new component for customer details. So right now, if we look at the customers list right here, we can see all our customers, but I would like to be able to click a single customer and then go and check out his details. So let's jump into the code and get that up and running. Step one, we're going to make a new component. I'm going to make a customer details component, ngg for generate, c for component, and then the name of the component and the path / customers. That's where I want to put my new component. And then customer details right here, that's going to be the name of my actual component. There we go, let's try and generate those. And just like last time, we're going to get a new set of information right here, 4 different files that we already talked about. So let's just get into those files and start actually adding some real code right here. Now let's just clean this out first. And then what we're going to do is we're going to figure out what we need for a customer. Now step one is I'm going to make just a local variable right here for using my customer. So right now we're just going to hard code a customer, and then later we're going to add a real customer, dynamic customer into the system. So first line right here, line 10, is just kind of to have a reference for an actual customer later on. We're just going to hard code this customer for now. So let's just create a simple customer object and just add first name, last name, etc., just like you're used to. And also give the customer an ID, there we go, and then a semicolon right here, and let's continue. So now we have a customer. Let's just start using that customer inside our HTML. Now again, it's just a static customer right now. We can already start putting in information. Let's just do it very simple right here. I'll just give it a main title right here, just customer details, and I'll just add some of the information we just hard-coded. First of all, let's get access to the customer and put in his ID up here, and then let's just put in an H tree down here, and we'll add the customer's first name and the customer's last name right here, just to kind of get some information about the customer. There we go. And then let's just add another tag right here in H4, and then let's put in the customer address. So I know this is just static information right now, but still we now have access to an actual customer, and we can show him inside our customer detail. Now, what else do we need? Well, let's jump down to our routing. But how do we actually handle routing when we have to pass an ID inside a URL? Because I want to be able to kind of send the URL to you if I wanted to, and then you should go to the exact same customer that I'm going to look at. So for instance, I want a URL looking something like this, where we have /customers to explain I want to find a customer, and then I want to find him with a certain ID, like 22 in this case. So how do we actually do that inside Angular? I'm jumping back into Angular.io, and I'm finding the tutorial about routing right here. I'm scrolling all the way down to the final code review down at the bottom, and I'm actually finding the area about the app routing module right here. And the app routing module here, you have how it should look as a route with the path. You put in just a colon and the ID, and we need that. So let's put that into our code as well. So I'm going back to the code. We're creating a new route. And just like the one you just saw inside Angular.io, I'm going to put a /, a colon, and an ID. And if I hit that route, I'm going to go to the customer detail component. And that's actually how simple it is. So that means every time now when I do a customers / anything, in my case it's going to be an ID, it's going to actually reroute me to the details component. So let's just try and see that in action as the final thing right here. Let's just jump into our code and try and put in 22 here and press enter. Now you'll see I go to the customer details. Now, of course, right now that's hard coded. Let's just try and do it again. But right now it's still hard coded. So when I do this /22 right here, I'm actually going to just a static customer. So we're going to fix that in the next lessons. But that's it for routing for now. Now you can actually go to specific routes. So everything is looking a-okay. See you next time. Have fun.